So Marcus Freeman and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish find themselves in an interesting position as they have to search for a new offensive coordinator as Marcus Freeman goes into his second year as the head coach of the Fighting Irish. And reports have surfaced that they're targeting some big-name guys in college football to try and see who the right man for the job is, including a name that really stood out to me. None other than Coach Prime's offensive coordinator at Colorado, Sean Lewis, something we have got to break down. But before we can, as always, y'all know the drill, I've got to hear from you. Hop down to the comments, give me a Y for yes or an N for no. Do you believe Sean Lewis sticks with Coach Prime in Colorado? And let me know what you're thinking. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Hit that bell notification as I do constant college football content. You don't want to miss any of it. And if you enjoyed this content, be sure to like and comment down below. Those interactions are massive, and we're on a push to 20,000 subscribers. I'd love to have you a part of this unbelievable community. But having said all that, let's jump right into this. And I don't mean to spoil anything right at the beginning of this video, but I'm going to go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off and answer the question I posed to all of you in the intro. Do I believe that Sean Lewis will stick with Coach Prime in Colorado? And to me, the answer is yes, for a few different reasons, and we'll quickly get into those. First and foremost, Sean Lewis had a good thing going at Kent State, and while there is no question that jumping to the Power 5 level is an upgrade, even if you're going from head coach to offensive coordinator, he still had a good thing going at Kent State. Whenever he inherited that program, they were in a bad place, and he did a lot to turn their futures around on the heels of that offense that he's become so well known for, that offense that goes so fast and is so efficient. So he was already regarded as a brilliant guy in college football, and he was a young coach, so his future was really bright. He could have stayed at Kent State and had opportunities come his way. There is no doubt about that, but he chose to join Coach Prime in Colorado. And right now, when we look at Colorado and Coach Prime, there's as much hype around that program as any program in the nation. So if you're looking at this from a coach's perspective and you're looking at the talent you can go out there and get at Colorado, well, right now, they're having as much success on the recruiting trail at getting guys interested in listening to their pitches as anywhere in the nation, and because of that, they're recruiting at a high level. In fact, they just got some wins over Notre Dame. So personally, I would be surprised to see Sean Lewis make the move before he's ever coached a game with Colorado. I think he's going to be staying put, and I think he's very excited for what Colorado is going to be fielding. However, I do not blame Notre Dame in the slightest for targeting Sean Lewis. If you have an open offensive coordinator spot, I think it makes complete sense to target Sean Lewis because of the offenses he's put together. And if you're a Colorado Buffaloes fan, well, you should take this as a compliment. It means you hired someone that people recognize as a force to be reckoned with in terms of offensive football. They would like to bring him into their program. It means you got a good one. So if you're a Colorado fan, though I don't believe Sean Lewis is leaving, it does have to make you feel some type of way that teams are looking at your offensive coordinator saying, man, I wish we could get that guy. Which is why I, along with so many other people, are so intrigued as to what Coach Prime in Colorado are going to do. I've talked about before, Coach Prime moves the needle, but you know what else moves the needle? The coaching hires he's made, the coaches he's surrounding himself with, which is why I've been so adamant on which is why I've been so curious as to what Colorado would do, because that right there seems like a recipe for success. Surrounding yourself with great individuals in your field, that seems like a recipe for success, and that's what Coach Prime is doing. And so while I don't believe Sean Lewis is going to be going anywhere, I think he's going to be staying put with Coach Prime at Colorado, where personally I think he's going to architect some really fun offenses, and I'm excited to see what they look like. I don't fault Notre Dame for targeting Sean Lewis. That makes complete sense. He's a young guy. He's a brilliant offensive mind. Makes complete sense to target him. But he was not the only big name on this list that Notre Dame is turning their attention to. We also need to talk about Andy Ludwig from Utah, Ryan Grubb from UW, Jason Candle from Toledo, and of course, Sean Lewis from Colorado. So the Notre Dame Fighting Irish have turned their attention to some big names in college football. Ryan Grubb is an individual who this offseason has been targeted by A&M, who's been targeted by Alabama, but he's been with that head coach for quite some time. I think lifting him from UW would prove very difficult. But we're going to have to watch and see what Notre Dame does, because they're going to need to make a big hire here soon, and I'm really interested to see who it is. Hop down to the comments. Let me know what you're thinking about all this. That's it. See ya.